Hello fellow wholehearted high achievers, welcome to Hanging with Hang. Today's video I am going to share with you 4 keys to grieve your loved one gracefully. This video was inspired by 3 different conversations I had this week with 3 different people. 2 were grieving the animals and 1 is grieving a person, somebody who recently passed. And I feel it. So if you are going through it right now, I empathize your pain. And that's the reason why I want to make this video, because I'm hoping to share with you my perspective that can help you minimize the pain that you're moving through and make the process more graciously and perhaps even more peaceful when you go through that process. And understanding that I know grieving is an inevitable pain. It's a universal thing. You cannot escape this pain. So with that, here are the 4 keys that I use it for myself and I share with others around me, those one that I just had a conversation with this week. Number 1, my friend, is to understand the nature of grief. There are stages that you go through, and I know there's already a stage that said that you're going to go through denial, you're going to go through anger, you're going to go through fear, you're going to go through depressions, you're going to go through acceptance eventually. And depending on who you are in your situation, you may not necessarily go through that exact order, but you're going to jump to different feelings. And sometimes you're going to have feeling that not in those 5, and that's okay. So understand that it's normal, it's natural for you to feel those things because you are human. It's okay. And grief is going to hit you by wave. You're not going to have control over when the anger come, when the fear come, when the depression come, when denial come, or when the acceptance finally arrive. They like wave, they hit you at different time. And when they hit you, the best things to do, in my humble opinions, which is take to the key number 2, is to allow yourself space to feel everything you need to feel. Now, sometimes the pain is so much and so deep, depend on how connected you are and how big the void in your heart is. Our first human instinct is we want to shut off that pain by compartmentalizing it, by shoving it away, or by judging it. So if that's the case for you, please stop doing that. Give yourself space to feel what you need to feel, because otherwise it's going to show up to some painful symptom later on that you're going to experience unnecessary suffering. And one example I can give you is like one of the clients I worked with, I think back in the early 2008, 2009, and she had a knee thing. I actually came to her house to work with her husband, but she was in so much pain that the husband asked me to help her. And what we discovered that the night before that day was her mom's death anniversary. And she'd been having surgery on these legs for the last couple of years, and she'd been in pain for a long time. So then what we did, because as you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical specialist, but what I did is I helped her shift those emotions, those feelings that she still have after her mom passed away for years. She still carried the hurt, the pain, the anger, all these stage of feeling that she didn't process, didn't give her space, and it showed up. So by the time we clear all those feelings, the pain disappeared. She never not feel this pain, so it was a strange space for her. That's just one of the many examples. If you don't deal with it, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass sometime later anyway. So please give yourself that space to process the feeling you need to process. So that's key number 2. Now key number 3, my friend, is it's okay to ask for support. You are not alone in this. As human, you're going to go through grief. It's part of the human experience. It's the pain that is inevitable. You cannot escape this pain. But here's the difference. This pain doesn't have to go on forever. It doesn't have to perpetuate. It doesn't have to turn into some sort of suffering. So sometimes you may have a tendency to pull away and not want to deal with this and not want to ask people for help. I invite you to ask for help, to seek for professional support, to call a friend up who have the capacity and space to love you through it, not to judge you. And this week I feel honored enough that these different people trust me enough to call me up and to be that person for them. And I know there are people out there that want to do that for you, want to hold your heart. So let people be there for you. So that would be key number 3. Key number 4 is this will be over when it's over. When you go through this pain, obviously we want it to be over in the next 30 seconds. And there's a part of you may want to compare yourself with other people. Wow, how come that person got over it so fast and it take me a long time? Here's the thing. You are uniquely different from everybody else. And the way that you love that person or that animal or that thing is very different. You don't know. You don't know how it's going to take the grieving process. It could be 3 hours, 3 days, 3 months, could be 3 years. But hopefully, by you giving yourself this space to feel and process, I believe that you're going to move through it a lot quicker. When you don't deal with it, that pain will turn into unnecessary suffering. I selfishly don't want that for you. And that's why I want to make this time, this energy, and this space to make this video for you from my heart. Because I've gone to grieving many times myself, and I help so many people go through the grieving. And I'm not the expert in grieving. I'm sharing with you what I know is working for me, and hopefully this is going to be working for you. So with that, my friend, I am sorry for the pain that you are experiencing right now. I know it's not fun. I know it's painful. I know the void in the heart sometimes it's unbearable. I get it, and I know it's hard. Know that you are not alone. Please give yourself space, give yourself time to process, to feel what you need to feel. Put the work, some of the work on hold. Life can be on hold for a second. Let yourself feel it. Because once yourself feel it, you're going to be back in the game. You're going to feel better. So don't sell yourself short on that. Let yourself be human. Let yourself feel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for connecting with me and let me share this with you. And I hope that this pain will soon pass for you. Remember, it's over when it's over. Don't force it. You cannot make it go any faster. And it needs to go to its natural progressions. With so much love from my heart to yours. And of course, if you feel this video is useful for someone that you know, please share that to them so that can help them minimize that pain as well. And until the next moment, my friend, I'm sending you a big hug from Hawaii and from my heart to yours.